Welcome to the game Season 1, Episode 8, the Wednesday after NXT TakeOver Eden. Let's go ahead and get into the show. These are the results from NXT Wrestling in front of 2,600 people. The camera shows Triple H and William Regal talking together and walking to the arena. We then head to the NXT start video. Boom. Renee Young, welcome to NXT. We have a great show for you tonight. We are just 3 days removed from NXT TakeOver Eden, where James Storms became the NXT Champion when he defeated Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. Tom Phillips, I can't wait to see what James Storm has to say tonight. Corey Graves, James Storm can say whatever he wants, Tom. He's the champ. I love these three. All right, Renee Young. Tonight we have a pair of huge matches for everyone. We are going to see Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, the new NXT Tag Team Champions, take on the debuting team of the Gentlemen's Club, a.k.a. Chuck Taylor and Drew Gulak. Corey Graves. Taylor and Gulak have been lighting the indie scene on fire, Renee, and with Triple H not shying away from independent talent, NXT could get flooded with top-flight workers rather quickly. Renee Young, but that's not all tonight. Bayley gets her one-on-one rematch with Emma. Tom Phillips, Emma and Dana have been such a thorn in the side of Bayley in the NXT Women's Division, and despite what happened in NXT TakeOver Eden, it looks like Bayley wants another go at the Australian. Renee Young. But in the main event, we are going to see 10 of the biggest stars in wrestling today. 10 members of the NXT roster have a 10-man over-the-top rope battle royal to help determine who is the #1 contender to James Storm's NXT Championship. Folks, we have no time. Let's get to the ring. Let's get to the action. Here we go, NXT! In an extremely short match, Bull Dempsey defeated Mojo Rawley in 4 minutes. That's right, Bull Dempsey won a match. On NXT Wrestling, Mojo Rawley has lost 2 out of his first 3 matches, and the momentum isn't hot right now for Mojo Rawley, a.k.a. one half of the Hype Bros. Triple H is standing in the ring with William Regal now, who has the microphone in hand. William Regal gets everyone to stop chanting as he puts his hands up. William Regal, ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce you, the newest signing in NXT, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre shows up on the ramp, and the fans begin to chant NXT, NXT, NXT. Drew looks around and slowly walks down the ramp and sliding into the ring. Drew shakes the hand of Triple H, then William Regal, and grabs a microphone. Drew, it's been a long time since I've seen this place, and as of 9 a.m. this morning, I'm the newest member of the NXT roster. The dotted line has been signed, and Drew McIntyre is officially a member of NXT. The fans chant NXT again, and Drew shakes the hands of Triple H and William Regal. 51 rating for the debut of the Egomaniac gimmick. The NXT Commission storyline has advanced. Let's see where this goes. The camera finds a dark room with static flashing. Solomon Crow's on the screen. Apollo, we had a blast off. There was trouble in Houston, and quite frankly, nobody is surprised. Apollo, you were pushed to the top and given special treatment. Crow pauses and acts like something just came to him. Ooh-ha! He smirks. I heard you just asked for a rematch, and because I'm a nice guy, Crow says, laughing hysterically and evilly, I'll go ahead and give it to you next week. Crow smirks as the flashing static stops and the scene turns to dark. In a bout that had solid in-ring action but not in the much way of heat, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy defeated Gentlemen's Club in 6 minutes when Cassidy defeated Drew Gulak by pinfall. Carmelo was great. Enzo and Carmelo were awful together. Chuck Taylor debuted the Egomaniac gimmick. And Gulak defeated his heel gimmick. Both were okay. The realest dudes in the room storyline has advanced. So that's it. The Tag Team Champions picking up a win on NXT. I think I'd be better off without Carmelo as my manager. Well, Enzo Amore, we're going to have to figure out the karma thing because I want her as your manager right now. The camera turns on as a very angry Alexa Bliss. We're going from champions to former champions, by the way. The camera turns on as a very angry Alexa Bliss is standing backstage with Blake and Murphy. Alexa Bliss. Sorry if I'm not smiling, guys. Sorry if I'm not in a great mood. What happened at NXT TakeOver Eden was a joke, a fluke, and quite frankly not best for business. Enzo and Cass are not guys we want representing X Team. They are gutter trash. Alexa stops and begins to pace in front of her boys. In 2 weeks live here on NXT, we will have our tag team title rematch against Enzo and Cassidy. And when that happens, either Blake or Murphy will be the #1 contender to the NXT Championship. And by the way, Just so you know, they're both entering into the championship over the top rope battle royal tonight. Bliss flips her hair. I see tons of gold in my future, and a woman can never have enough gold. So a decent segment from Bliss and the Blake and Murphy factor here. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Bayley defeated Emma in 9 minutes when Emma was disqualified because Dana Brooke ran in and attacked Bayley. Bayley and Emma have great chemistry and it showed in their performance. This is continuing with the Bayley versus the women, the heel women right now, as Dana Brooke and Emma take her out again. As you remember at NXT TakeOver, Sarah Amato came to the ring, but Dana Brooke left with Emma, causing for disqualification. The bell sounds now as Dana Brooke continues her assault on Bayley with Emma. The fans cheer though and erupt as Candice LeRae, the woman who was taken out by Dana Brooke and Emma just a couple weeks ago, runs down the ramp and begins chasing Dana and Emma out of the ring. The fans cheer loudly as LeRae helps Bayley to her feet. The two hug and the Bay storyline has advanced. Like I said, I just kind of fell into it and I'm loving this Bayley-LeRae pairing. The camera now finds Tyler Breeze in the back with Eva Marie standing behind him. Eva Marie, last Sunday at NXT TakeOver Eden, you saw my man Tyler take on and beat the other half of the Hype Bros, Zack Ryder. That brings Tyler's winning streak to 2 since he aligned with me and formed the Beautiful Alliance. Beautiful Alliance, you see. Tyler was getting lost in the shuffle. You must be thinking to yourself, how does someone so beautiful, so erotic, so gorgeous get lost in the shuffle? And it's simple. Eva puts her hand on Tyler's face as he looks sad. When you're beautiful, people are jealous. People purposely ignore you. They alienate you. It's unfortunate that people like Tyler and myself have to deal with things like this, that we have to be bullied. The fans boo and seem utterly shocked that being beautiful would be a cause for them to be bullied. Eva, no longer will we bullied. She smiles. Next week, Tyler returns the action. Tyler returns the action next week. You're welcome. Another good segment from Prince Pretty and Eva Marie. A video now is shown hyping the highlights of NXT TakeOver Eden, most notably James Storm defeating Finn Balor and Samoa Joe to become the NXT Champion. Byron Saxton is now backstage. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me present to you the newest member of the NXT roster, Drew McIntyre. Thanks, Byron. Drew, why did you come to NXT? Byron, look, Byron, the fact is NXT is not only now the best wrestling group around these days, it's quite possibly the most competitive as well. I like challenging myself and wrestling against the best in the world. Now, it's my understanding that a 10-man battle royal has been booked to determine the number one contender for the NXT title. It's also my understanding that I'm not in this match. I do not like this, however I understand. It's day one. I have to prove myself. After we left the ring, I talked to Triple H and William Regal in the back, and they both agreed that next week would be as good as any for me to make my NXT in-ring debut. So next week, you're going to see Drew McIntyre lace him up and take on Bold Dempsey. Get ready, NXT. So we have McIntyre, who debuted tonight, fighting in his first match next week. James Storm now makes his way down to the ring with a chair in hand. It looks like he's going to sit and have a good close view of the Battle Royal. In a bout that had solid in-ring action but not in the much way of heat, Baron Corbin won a Battle Royal. In the Battle Royal was Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, Blake, Murphy, Finn Balor, Rhino, Samoa Joe, Solomon Crow, Ty Dillinger, and Tyler Breeze. That's right, Tyler Breeze. Where did I leave off at? Okay, right here. The other members of the Final Four were Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Rhino, with Samoa Joe being the final elimination. Samoa Joe got the most eliminations, though, over the course of the match. Murphy was off his game, Crow was off his game. The announcing quality lifted the match. The Crow and Cruise Control storyline has advanced. The NXT title tournament thing should have advanced as well. It did not. I must not have dropped Corbin in there, but that's okay. It's going to be Baron Corbin taking on James Storm, as he is now the #1 contender. Baron Corbin, after having just outlasted everyone and having won the NXT Championship, #1 contender battle, turns around, exhausted, and looks at Storm. Storm looks at Corbin and simply raises the new NXT Championship into the air over his shoulder as the line has been drawn. At some point soon, it's going to be James Storm versus Baron Corbin, and they're going to be fighting for Storm's NXT Championship. The sorry about your damn luck storyline advanced. So, the show increased our popularity in 20 regions. This is my best show by far. Another good show booked, another positive direction that we are going. I'm very excited to see what happens with some of these new storylines. LeRae came back, Tyler Breeze and Emma are firing on cylinders. I am going to not lie to you guys. I'm going to try to tweak it to make Enzo and Carmella a little more friendly. But other than that, another great show, and I was very excited with how this show turned out and how the direction of NXT is going. Thanks for watching. I'll try to get another one up soon. Thanks, guys.